Hey, good morning, good afternoon, whatever time you're watching this. This is Jared Foster, the owner of Solana Solar, and today I want to educate you on a pro tip for saving with solar. So, as most of you know, a lot of people are talking to you about a loan, financing solar, no money down programs, all of that great stuff that's out there. And yes, those are great programs. But now, what's trending and what is coming onto the scene really fast and saving clients money is what we call a power purchase agreement. Let me explain that. I'm going to show you some examples, but we have found that, especially now here in California, with batteries and everything getting put in place now, because it's required to have batteries now with solar because of the utility changes, that maybe instead of taking and getting a loan and paying all of those high fees, that now a power purchase agreement could work for you. A power purchase agreement simply is the ability to just have solar put onto your house for free. You're paying for your energy. And in many times, we can set that up with a one flat payment, or sometimes we do a small escalator. But what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you the difference of all three products. So let's get started. Okay, great. Let's get started. I'm going to show you actually a formula that works exactly what I'm doing with a client right now. So, as you can see here, I was able to put together a very large system, a whole home backup system for this client. I'm able to get them, this is a loan version with the tax credit. Now, remember, with a loan, what you have to do is you have to be able to work with your accountant, and you would have to be able to get a tax credit, which is still 30%. And the goal always with this, and I want to make sure everybody's educated on this, so this is why I'm putting together this video, is in this scenario, this client, because it's a very large system, would get in the neighborhood of about 38,000. Okay. Now the goal would be, depending on where your tax liability is, the goal would be is to take this amount, put it back into the loan. This is the government saying, thank you for going solar. And it would keep the payment at the 509. If for whatever reason your tax liability wasn't there, or this got broken up, then what happens is whatever you get back, you would put towards a loan. It would amortize this to be able to adjust the payment, but it would go up, right? Now, if you put nothing back, so none of this $38,000 came back, then you would turn around and you would have to your payment on 19 to 300 would jump up to 728 because you didn't put anything back into the loan. And this is where the new power purchase and budget-friendly power purchase come in handy. So let me show you a couple different versions, and then I'm going to jump in and I'm going to show you an Excel sheet that shows all of your savings. So let's go ahead and get started. So I took the same project and I turned around and I put together a power purchase agreement. So let's take a look at that real quick. Okay, so here's the first one here. So what I did with this one is I put together a zero escalator. So what that meant was this payment's never going to change. You don't have to worry about working with your accountant, getting tax credits or anything like that. Your payment is locked in, which is not very much of a difference between the, as we saw here, the 502, I think it was. It only went up a few dollars, but it's locked in at 514. Now, this is huge savings for this client. I mean, overall, this client's going to put a couple $100,000 back in their pocket and be inflation proof by switching to solar. Okay, so this is a zero escalator, and you're looking at 514. So I'm going to write this down because I'm going to go into a calculator here shortly, and I'm going to show you how this kind of breaks down in savings. Okay. So again, payment never goes up. The great thing about this is that with this organization, I'm also able to back up your batteries. So in this scenario, they're getting I think it was 2 or 3 Franklin batteries, and they're going to be covered for 25 years, which most warranties on batteries is about 10 years, give or take. The entire rest of the system is also covered for 25 years, and they help monitor it. So it's been just a phenomenal product, phenomenal bank who handles that and takes care of it. They have that total 25-year protection. Make sure that everything is going good for you, and you don't have to worry about the tax credit scenario. You're literally, the system's built out to the power you're going to use, and you're paying one flat rate. Now, I also want to show you what we call an escalator, right? So I'm going to go ahead and pop this one up. so here you have two examples. So this is kind of a cost savings in the beginning, depending on how long you're going to be in the house, right? And I'm going to show you the difference on both of them. So that way we make sure that we have everything set up properly, right? But here you got where this is the highest escalator you can get. And again, this is gauged off the kilowatt rate. So right now I'm taking them from a 41 cents kilowatt to an 18 cents kilowatt. And I'm giving them a starting off payment of 377. And then this 3.5 just increases this. So it just goes up a little bit at a time, which I'm actually going to show you that and show you how that works, right? So now I'm going to write down the 377. So this is if you go from 0 to, a higher escalator. Okay, so I'm going to show you that. And usually the higher one is about 3.9, which is what I'm going to use for my examples. Okay, so let's go ahead and go back here. And what I've done is I've created a sheet here. Okay, and I'm going to turn around and I'm going to put in what they're paying on their utility. So their utility right now is about $650 average. Okay, so boom, that starts calculating how much they're going to spend in utility. Now, here is the zero escalator that we did, right? So the zero escalator was 514. Okay, so we can see that this will start to calculate. So let me fix that real quick because I noticed that didn't calculate properly. So hold on 1 second and I'll fix that. Okay, great. So I was able to fix that. So you can see here what we've done is 514 would be the flat rate, and it stays for the next 25 years, $514. Doesn't go up in the summertime, so it won't be $1,100 or $1,200. And what this is breaking out is what you're going to spend in a year. So every year, this is what you're going to spend in utility. Where here you can see the first year was going to be $7,800 on just an average. Again, this isn't counting the ebb and flow. And I also only did this at a 6% increase, which right now, if you're a PG&E client, PG&E roughly is around 10%, right? So your utility is usually going up more like 10%, 12%. So you can see that's how I've calculated this out. So you can see the second year is going to be 8,200. So this is the savings. So in the first year of switching to solar, and this is on a power purchase agreement, paying a flat rate of 514, you're now looking at putting back, this is savings, putting back $1,632 back in your pocket. And then you can see you're looking at 273,000 coming back into your pocket at the end of 25 years. Now let's go with the escalator. So here, what did we say? We said it was going to be $377, okay? And so let's go ahead and enter that in. So you can see here, we're doing this at the 3.9, which is the highest escalator that we have out there. So 3.9. So you can see that where the prices kind of change. Now look at this. You would think that if you're going to turn around and have a little bit of escalator that, at the end of 25 years, you're going to turn around and have a huge bill and be closer to the power, but you're not because it's still inflation proof, right? So you're just going up a tiny bit. Now look at the first year savings though. So even if we go with the flat rate, the first year you're putting $3,500 back in your pocket, okay? And then as you can see through here, so if you're going to be in this house, let's say for 10, 15 years, let's look at the 10-year mark, right? So they're right in there. So here you saved about $7,200 and here you saved $7,000. Now over here, the whole 25 years, if let's say you stay in this, then you're looking at $263,000 you put back in your pocket. Here you put $273,000 back in your pocket. So not much of a difference. So really what it comes down to it is, do you want to have a flat rate and never have to deal with the increase? Or do you want to put more money in your pocket now, right? And then stretch that savings out for you. So this has been a very powerful product that's been coming on board. We've been able to help so many clients be able to lock in their rates and create a right plan and get away from the high prices of utility. I mean, now there's talk about some utilities are going to be going time of use, and between 4 and 9 o'clock, you could be paying somewhere around 71 cents a kilowatt. But I don't know about you, but if I need to be able to just have power in my house and take care of my family, I'd rather not spend $427,000. I'd rather put a couple hundred grand back in my pocket by switching to solar, having batteries, protecting your family, making sure the system is covered, having it designed right is what we do. And we don't just, you know, guessed on the type of system we need to build for you. We're going to customize it and we're going to build it with you and make sure that everything works the way it needs to for you and your family, taking care of you for now and to the future. So if you're interested in getting more information about how you could switch over to solar and have the right type of customization and pricing and financial stability set up for you, then DM me, contact me, reach out to me. And again, I just wanted to educate people here on the social media world about what is really going on and pull back the curtain a little bit about solar. Everybody have a wonderful, wonderful day whenever you see this. And I hope to hear from you soon. Let me customize a solution for you. Jared Foster with Solana Solar.